right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pratt Pack Gym. I am just about ready to finish up this workout and head out for a busy day again later tonight. Brighton Hot Dog Shop in that great community of Vanport with one of the best sports writers around on the high school beat, the collegiate beat. He is Jim Equals of the Beaver Allegheny County Times. Him and his lovely wife Naomi. She, of course, an amazing school teacher at Blackhawk High School. Coming up, we will be there later tonight, but I hope you'll be thinking about what you're doing this weekend. And you know, one of the things that I love talking to the Equals about is what they had for dinner. I can't help it, folks. I love when familia gets together and they have that nightly family meal. Well, here's a suggestion from your Pratt Pack. You know, this Sunday on the Coons Cooking Hour, Joe and Frank Dentisi and I are going to be talking about leftover stuff from the garden. You know, everything that you harvested out of there, peppers and tomatoes and cucumbers and zucchini, all of that stuff. Well, you know, you could make yourself a nice salad or maybe even a pot of sauce. But why do all of that? Make your salad and let Gia Russa make your sauce. You can get this at one of your 9 neighborhood Coons markets. They do so much to help us throughout the year. And of course, a huge part of my feast of the 7 fishes. And also, it wouldn't be pasta without Carlo Rossi. Paisano. Love it, love it, love it. Where at? From your fine wine and spirit stores. So pour on the cheer and always be responsible. Now, that's what you could be planning for this weekend, right? And you're awaiting that first spoonful, fork, spoon. That's how we Italians do it, right? You have to go do something for me because I really admire this young man, and he is still a very young man to me, happily married, wonderful father, but he was just always on the edge, the cutting edge of the arts when I met him, 20 years ago. And I wanted to do something special for him to let him know how important he is to me. His name is Val Burkich. He resides in Beaver County, and he's a writer. And I've often said that was one gift that I never really had. And he'll be the first to admit. I'd always say, you're so lucky to be able to write. My 3 children, I've been telling them since they were able to understand their father, learn to write, learn to write. It's the window to the world. And I have worked with some of the most incredible journalists on the planet that I absolutely respect and admire. Just a few who come to mind. People like Ron Cook, people like Bob Dvorak, Bob Smizik, Brian O'Neill. I mean, so many of them. People like Jim Equals, people like John Parato, people like Mike Byers. And the list infinity, folks. It really could just go on. But those who take that next step and write a book. You know, the other day, I was sitting in Schaefer's service, and I was just so tired that I didn't even look at my smartphone. I left it up on the counter by the cash register, and I just sat there. And I'm like, I'm not looking at anything. I'm not doing anything. I'm going to take this opportunity to rest. And over in the corner, sitting at a wonderful little table that Mike has in his garage there, a woman was reading a book. And it just brought me joy to see her as she's scanning left to right and going from page to page. And I'm thinking, with each flip of that page, it's a whole new window to the world, right? And one of the things that used to bring me the most joy, my beautiful daughter, my boys, I love. Tyler and Robbie, the greatest. But my daughter, Eva, that's my everything. And one of the things that used to bring me the most joy, because of her mother being a ferocious reader, my mother, her namesake, a ferocious reader, it was in her DNA. She would actually sit on a winter night with a book in her nightgown, fire in the fireplace, and just reading her book. Page after page after page after page. And I've often just told everyone that as long as you have a book, you're never really trapped within the walls that you live, because it will take you places that no one or no thing can. So that's why I want to talk about my friend Val Burkich and what he's doing this week with his book fest. It's going to be happening Market Street in that great community that he calls home, the Beaver Bridgewater area, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. You'll have a chance to go to the author's tent. It's reading, writing, and the arts. So do yourself a favor. Maybe even for those of you over 21, get yourself a nice glass of wine and get yourself a book. Amazon.com, Barnes & Nobles. And you sit back, and guess what? You step into that window. Val, keep doing what you're doing. Your Pratte Pack has such respect for you. And I will always consider you a true friend. Have a great day from the Pratte Pack Gym. We'll see you later tonight, the Brighton Hot Dog Shop. Soup's on.